Back here on The Sweat, and I'm joined by a dynamic hockey duo, RotoWire senior hockey writer Paul Bruno and host of the Fantasy on Ice podcast for NHL.com, Pete Jensen. Fellas, this is NHL opening faceoff. So you guys are giving us a DFS preview of tonight's huge 13-game NHL slate. So, Paul, let's start with your team, with your guy, Auston Matthews. He is the hottest player on the planet right now. 6 goals over his last 3 games. And Toronto hosting Arizona tonight, so he likely won't cool off in this one. He is going to cost you $9,400, most expensive player on the slate. So what do we think? Can you even make a case for fading Matthews?
I should say that I'm going to fade him just to watch you and fall off your chairs, but I'm not going to do that to you particularly. So I'm saying, sure, he cost $9,400, but he's the hottest player in the league, and the odds-on favorite to win the Hart Trophy is the MVP, I might add. Sorry that AJ's not here to hear that. But he has also the best matchup among all the big boys on the slate tonight, except maybe for Barkov in Florida, who cost $800 less and faces a Philly club that's easy pickings of late. But he's only got 5 goals in his last 10 starts. So, yeah, I'm on the Matthews train. The guy's got 10 goals, 16 points, 44 shots, outscoring everybody in the world. He's even averaging 19.3 DraftKings points per game all season, which is great.
Yeah, 37.5 fantasy points his last time out. So, Pete, what do you think? Are you going to make a case for fading Matthews?
I'm not, but there's so much value if you want to offset Matthews' high salary. You could go to some of the worst teams in the league and find immense fantasy value right now. Take the Blackhawks, for instance. Dylan Strome, 4,600 in DraftKings. He's got 3 straight multi-point games. Look at what's going on in the desert, the opposite side of that matchup against the Maple Leafs for the Coyotes with 17 goals in their past 2 games. And what Nick Schmaltz is doing, I know he's technically on the wing, but I mean, you should roster Auston Matthews and complement him with some of these guys either on the Blackhawks or the Senators or the Buffalo Sabres against the grain value against Jack Eichel. So I love some of these other storylines, like I just mentioned, to complement Matthews and spending up for him.